All right, we're live. Okay, everyone, welcome back. 11:25 on Wednesday, the 13th. So we have now in our inboxes and posted on our page draft 2.1 to S278 with what we believe are the final amended provisions for us to review and make sure the language is what we intended it to be. So while we're taking a peek at that, please take your time. But I also want to open up the table to any discussion and further comment on the bill as presented, because we have an intent to vote it out before lunch. Go.
Thank you. I think we did a lot of good work on this bill as it came over from the Senate. There were some concerning pieces of the bill. We got a few of them cleared up. I still have concern about the events, even though there are not as many as what came over from the Senate. And my main concern is around the ability of public safety to adequately assist with these events. And this came up in a previous biennium. It came up last year when we had events in the bill. So I just wanted to make that clear that that's my objection to the bill at this point. So thank you all for your work.
Understood. Any other comment? That was a jump ball. I'll let you two just like yourself.
Please.
It's fine. But yeah, I think this is a little bit in the middle for me. Since I'm still concerned about our lack of really great testing as far as impairment goes, and around service of people and how we're going to know if they're overserved or not at events. I think we have a lot of history with other substances, but this one acts differently on people, and I think that there's opportunity for communities to have input and oversight over these events in this bill, which I think is important. And I think CCB has a track record of developing rules that are careful and considered. I kind of wish we had a little more time to discuss some of these things. I think that was, I guess, yeah, I just hope that whatever evaluation measures are put in place are strong, and so we can really have a robust discussion about how it goes later on, including incidents and where things happen, and overall rates that occur in the state and where I'm at.
Representatives that morning.
I appreciate Rep. Nugent bringing up the check back stuff for the report on the events. I think it's important, and I'm hopeful that everything goes great. And it's a very short report, but it's good to know that we have it in place. And I think everything else, we've reached a pretty good compromise point on stuff. And I feel comfortable moving ahead with it as it is.
Chris, go ahead.
No, that's.
Rep. Morgan, and then we can go to Representative.
Yeah, just piling on to what we'll add with Chan Kate. Yeah. In the past, I was a hard no on events. I'm willing to dip the toe in the water, and I think that was a good compromise that we came up with, going from 10 to 5 and 5. And we'll see how it draws out if this goes through.
Chief Rep. Scully, then Cobb.
Despite my strong feelings about this body of law, the work that's been done is remarkable. And I feel comfortable moving ahead. I do want it in the record. I truly believe this bill is very close to a death warrant for the public. Said, don't have to put up with me in the new biennium. It's said, it's on the record. I feel strongly about it. I feel strongly about it as it relates to the interventions of law enforcement and their capacity to be able to handle this because we don't have enough information about effects. And I think that this also is a contributor to broadening the criminal peripheral aspects of the co-conspirators that would destroy people's lives. Been an honor to work through this with you, and I appreciate your dealing with me or putting up with me in this particular matter. Thank you all.
No, and all the opinions here, we're all here as individuals, as representatives for our communities. We all have careers and backgrounds that are relevant to the work. So humbly and respectfully, don't bother at all, sir. Representative Coffin.
Again, my biggest problem with this, but I'll start with, I like how this committee, we can talk, we can find compromises, we can work together. I do appreciate that the committee on the events, did change it down to 5 and 5 instead of the 10 and 10 that were in there, but I'm still a no because the events are in there and because I don't believe we have the safety precautions in place yet to support this. But for all the other work that's in it, there are parts in it that I did voice that I appreciate and I understand and that I do support in the bill, but with the events in there, I won't be able to support this bill coming out of committee or on the floor. And, that was clear yesterday. So, but I do appreciate the work the committee did to make it, even though I think it's a bad bill, to make it a better bad bill. That we're helping to make better bad decisions.
Thank you, sir. Anything else from the table? Entertain a motion?
Want me to run through the changes?
Yeah, I think we should.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, I got a little ahead of myself there. Thank you, Council. Jeez. And
Go ahead and just share my screen. So this is on page 12. And this is to do with what can be regulated by municipalities. So accepted ordinances may not regulate public nuisances as applied to now just a tier 1 manufacturers or the outdoor cultivators in the current statute. So you're just adding, this bill, we just adds in the tier 1 manufacturers, but it takes out the indoor cultivators. Page 30. So this now, section 30 on page 30, just adds in that language. So landlords can prohibit in rental agreements the use of lighted cannabis or cannabis products intended for inhalation within the rental premises. And then the corresponding change in section 31. The section does not prohibit a landlord from banning use of lighted cannabis or cannabis products intended for inhalation in a lease agreement. Those were the two changes.
Just a clarifying question, which is gonna maybe sound dumb to some people, but why would you want to have 150 joints worth of cannabis on you or be able to drive around with that or possess it?
I mean, some people just like going to the store once. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
seriously,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's like going to like a liquor store and buying a 6-month supply of like whatever your
Like a-
products are.
Carton,
Yeah,
carton cigarettes, right?
What's in a pack? 20,
20.
there's 200 cigarettes in the cart.
Mhm.
Or sevens at hand?
I do go to Costco and buy two packs of paper towels at the same time. And there's a lot of paper towels that I'm not going to immediately use, but I do hate going there. No offense to Costco, but it's
It can be a
difficult.
bit of a scrum.
It is
yes.
difficult at times to go there, so I try to do it all at once. Also, because some people don't live near a place where they can where they have access to it because of, you know, the towns that have decided or not decided to sell.
So we would hope that there would just be one trip that would be, so that seems so much contraband.
Well, it's not contraband,
You're
that's the
right.
whole
It is
point.
not contraband anymore.
I
Contrabanded it.
No, it wasn't a dump.
No, and also, no, not a dumpster at all. I mean, also, well, I guess this does not apply to the medical aspect of it, right?
Yeah,
So
different bucket,
Yeah,
yeah.
different bucket.
Different thresholds.
Yes.
All right. Anything else further from the table? You entertain a motion? Yes, I'll do it. Make a motion that we find favorable. S278, the act relating to cannabis, draft number 2.2. Any further comment or discussion?
Oh,
All right, clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Boyden, yes. Representative Coffin,
No,
Representative Mango, no. Representative Hooper,
Yes.
Representative Morgan,
Yes.
Representative Nugent,
Yes.
Representative Pincinel,
Yes.
Representative Scully,
Yes.
Representative Stone.
Yep.
Representative Waters Evans,
yes.
Representative Byram.
Yes. And Representative Boyden will be the reporter of the bill.
9-0.
All right, good job, team. This is always very complicated subject matter. And I will echo some of the sentiments at the table. I think we made this bill better in many ways. So I appreciate all the work. And that wraps up the committee work for the day. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Our 9:30 fell through. We're gonna try and maybe find something to fill that gap in with other moving parts. But as of now, our agenda item starts at 10:30 with at 64. The interest and optimal conversations.